Hello, my lovers. Welcome back to Krista TV. So many things happening now in the country, especially this Babangida coming out to confess and to launch his book, Self Service, Babangida Self Service. Part of launching this particular book written by Babangida, he equally exposed so many secrets that many Nigerians found to be true. Then, this particular truth happened in the year 1993, especially the election that took place on 12th June 1993, about 32 years ago. Now, 32 years after, Babangida now being necessary to come online to tell Nigerians the truth and all the things it caused, even the 1966 coup that people were attacking Igbo coup is not Igbo, even Igbo coup. So actually, people know the truth, but they will cover it. Whereas millions of people have died as a result of their own selfish interests. You just want to be in power, and because you are trying to be in power, so many people lost their lives because of your own selfish interests. Now, at your older age, when you are now old, you now deem it necessary to come online to tell Nigerians that this is the truth. Now, so and Joseph Okechukwu and many other Nigerians are now calling that Babangida should be put behind bars, that he should receive the sentence of all his evil doings. And the same thing should go see that in fact Nigeria is in a state of we are in a crime zone. This particular thing happening in this country is too much. Why do we choose to worship corrupt leaders? If you look at these Nigerian politicians, they have been those people that has existed for a very long time. They keep repeating, rotating. They don't want to leave the city. They don't want to leave politics. They don't want to remain there, causing havoc, death, untimely death. So many things happening here and there in the country as a result of their own selfish interest. My current people, they will not be smarting. As we they work now, so many things they happen. This is that if they admit that Abiola won that election of 1993, then he should be autonomously the president of Nigeria. Now, that this thing happened in the year 1993. But why? Because of Babangida's selfish interest. Babangida is busy telling us about the stories that happened during his regime, but he's exposing others. What about him? He did not equally expose much about himself. We equally hear people of Abiola even invited his wife, even forcefully have his way on that particular wife. So many things happening, which these old men refuse to tell Nigerians. They know the truth, but they fail to admit it at time. Now, coming at your own later age when you are old to tell Nigerians the truth, what do you want us to use the truth for? As you can see, the unity of Nigeria is really shaking. Everything is no longer moving well in the country. Every part of the country really wants to go. So my current people, I would like people to watch this Sowore statement regarding this man and the way they blast this man, even Kenneth. Sorry, Joseph Okechukwu, and many other Nigerians had demanded that this man, if it happened that Nigeria is a country that law actually was, this man will serve the rest of his life in prison because of what he have caused the death of many Nigerians as a result of their own his own selfish interest as a leader. What the rest of the people that don't forget to tell us in the comment section. What is your own opinion regarding this exposition, this confession of Babangida, the former head of state of Nigeria? Don't forget
If they
forget
admit
to
that he
don't
won the
forget to
election, then he should posthumously become the president of Nigeria. His family place, but that's not my issue. My issue is how to get people who carry out these heinous crimes to be punished for it.
What form of punishment you think is is necessary for such an act?
I think it's to immediately round them up, arrest them, and start a trials that will allow for full disclosure of who and who was involved in that election, annulment, who carried it out, whoever is alive amongst them. Don't forget that this is not just about June 12th. There was a journalist that was also bombed at that time, and before that time, Delegawa. Nobody's talking about him. We're talking about the phantom coup that led to the death of a lot of officers who never participated in any coup, people like Baksa, who denied till his death.
Former Vice President Emil Shibajo reviewed the book. You had governors, lining up there, captains of industry like Aliko Dangote. So is there a possibility that this gentleman, IBB, will be brought to book?
Hi, everyone. I hope you're all doing great today. Wow. I mean, it's been trending, but I've been taking my time to ponder what just happened. Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, the former military president of Nigeria, finally admitting that Moshood, I believe the K stands for Kashimawo Abiola MKO, actually won the 1993 presidential election, which I can easily tell you almost every Nigerian at the time knew he won, even though we were told that in the spirit of political correctness, that was a lie, that he didn't win, that everybody knew he won. And I believe that the reason people knew he won was because the electoral commissioner at the time, the INEC chairman at the time, Humphrey Nwosu, actually, maybe he didn't go with the script that was handed to him by the military regime then, and decided on his own to set them up by making the election so free and so fair. It has been adjudged as the freest and fairest election in Nigerian history. Isn't that a setup? He did it that way so that it becomes clear to Nigerians that MKO Abiola had won. You can decide to steal the elections or say he didn't win, but the point is that the way he conducted the elections, it became so obvious to everyone that MK had won. That was why we had crisis. I almost got caught up in that crisis then. I remember I was on the road when the thing broke out. I had to run back home. I had just finished from secondary school. I remember it like it was yesterday. And about 30 plus years after, IBB is admitting. Thank God he admitted. But my question right now is, how many more people owe us confessions about stealing presidential and other elections in Nigeria? That should be like $1 billion question, right? That's all I came to ask. No, for real. I don't have anything more or less to say. My question, again, in case you didn't hear me, how many more people owe us confessions about stealing presidential or other elections in Nigeria? Why don't you all just begin to confess now? The grandfather has confessed. Why don't all the rest begin to confess so that the forgiveness will be dished out at once to all of you? Am I right or wrong? Please, somebody should let me know. Igbo people will say, "Ogwukwan koram nono." That's it. That's all I've got to say. Thank you. God bless you. Have a blessed day and bye.
After 32 years, Babangida wá gbéwèé jáde. Ó wá di publisher. Ó wá ń sọ pé òun gbà wípé òun mọ̀ òun ti ní plan láti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. Ó ga o, ó ga o, ó ga o, ó ga o. Ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa panupọ̀. Ká sọ pé Babangida, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, ẹ̀yin nu, Ọlọ́run nu. Ire lẹ bá ṣe fún Nàìjíríà. Ìkà lẹ bá ṣe fún Nàìjíríà. Ẹ̀yin nu, Ọlọ́run nu. Àlágbára tá ṣe fún yín. Ẹ ti ṣe ń tẹ́ṣe. Ẹ ti pa Abíọ́lá. Ẹ ti ṣe ń tẹ́ṣe. Ẹ ti sọlé Ọládàwòrò. Ẹ ti ṣe ń tẹ́ṣe. Ẹ ti yan ìran Yorùbá jẹ. Ẹ ti rẹ́ ìran Yorùbá, ẹ rẹ́ wa jẹ, ẹ dẹ̀ tún rẹ́ wa tà. Lẹ́yìn tẹ́ lò ọdún 8 níjọba, gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà dìbò yan ẹ̀yà wa kó ṣèjọba. Ẹ sì dìde, ẹ sì mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ fúnra yín tẹ́ ẹ ti mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ká tó ṣe ń tà ṣe. Ẹ dẹ̀ lẹ́ fagilé for no reason. The reason best known to you, bóyá personal matters tẹ́ ní pẹ̀lẹ́ nìyẹn. Ẹ dẹ̀rù tọpọ̀ ọlọ́pọ̀ ọmọ Nàìjíríà tẹ́mi rẹ̀ ó bá lọ. Kẹ́ẹ̀tì ẹ̀ wá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe ń sùn gbà náà, báwọn èèyàn ṣe ń kú. Kẹ́ẹ̀tì ẹ̀ ní change of mind. Ṣé bí gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ náà lẹ́jẹ́ yìí? Ẹ ti nílé, ẹ ti ní mọ́tò, ẹ sì lówó dìsìn, ẹ ń rán ọmọ yín lọ bí tó wù yín. Ẹ sà, ṣé ẹ lè rìn kẹ́ ẹ̀yàn bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń rìn tẹ́ ẹ̀yàn gbà náà báyìí? Ṣé ẹ lè jẹ́rú ayé tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń jẹ́ gbà náà báyìí? Ó ti ń rẹ̀ yín. Ẹ ti fẹ́ lọ darapọ̀ mọ́ Abíọ́lá àbí? Ẹ fẹ́ lọ darapọ̀ mọ́ Abacha? ẹ wá rò pé this is the right time for you to come out and tell us that Abiola won that particular election. Why? Where do we get it wrong in this country? Why do we keep having our enemies as our leaders? Why do we keep having somebody like you at the helms of affairs of this nation? Why the callousness? Why? Why? You shouldn't have toyed with the life of millions of Nigeria in the year 1993. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. Say tribal matter, say personal vendetta, or what? Why do we find ourselves here? Why? Tabiola ọba dá tó bá jẹ́ níbí. Ẹ bá expose Abiola fún wa gbà yín náà. Aṣá àti dìbò fún. Ẹ bá jẹ́ kó ṣèjọba ká mọ ibi tó kù sí. Kí gbogbo wa rí pé kò dáa. After 22 years, la ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ní Yorùbá nípò padà. Fortunately, Yorùbá tá a ní tó padà dépò jẹ́ ara àwọn tó ń gbà fún ẹni tẹ́ ẹ deprive lọ́jọ́ yẹn lọ́hùn. Ó jẹ́ ara àwọn tó gbà fún ẹni tẹ́ ẹ deprive lọ́jọ́ yẹn lọ́hùn. Ọmọ Nàìjíríà, ẹ jẹ́ kí information ìdọ́dọ̀ ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu. Ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n, ẹ bá wa bẹ̀ wọ́n, ẹ bá wa rọ̀ wọ́n. Ẹ sọ fún wọn pé kì í ṣẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC ló gbé wọn dépò yìí o. Ọlọ́run ló gbé wọn débẹ̀. Ó dẹ̀ lo ìbò aráàlú, ó fi ṣe sábàbí. Gbogbo ọgbọ́n táwọn náà láwọn dá, propaganda ni, lobby ni, moving up and down ni, fún wọn lówó bí náà bá jó sí gbogbo ẹni. Ọlọ́run ló gbogbo ẹ̀ sábàbí kẹ́ ẹ fi dépò, ẹ ti wá dépò. Ẹ rántí Abiola o. Ẹni tó fìyà jẹ gbogbo Yorùbá, ó ti jẹ́wọ́ báyìí pé òun mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ fìyà jẹ wá ni o. Ẹ bá wa rántí Abiola. Ẹ dákun. Ẹ jẹ́ ká rí true democracy. Give us true democracy, sir. Babangida ti ń regret àwọn iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wọn nígbà tí wọ́n wà níjọba. Ló mú wọn kọrú ìwé tí wọ́n edit ẹ̀ kan yọ kúrò tó fi di tá à ń sọ lẹ́nu. Gbogbo ẹ̀mí ni ó tọ́kú o. Ọlọ́run ẹ̀san sí lọ́lọ́run. Tó bá dáríjì yàn fún tẹ̀sẹ̀ after 30 years, 31 years. After 31 years, ẹ̀yin wá dépò. Ó lè wù yín pé jẹ́ ààrẹ ńgbà náà. Ọlá ò tí ì tó bó ṣe tó kẹ́ tó padà dépò yìí. Ọlọ́run ní kọ́lá yín máa pọ̀ sí, ó dẹ̀ gbé yín dépò yìí. Ó fi yín compensate gbogbo Nàìjíríà ni. After 32 years, thank you. Ó fi yín compensate gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ni o. Ó fi yín compensate gbogbo generations wa lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí ní Nàìjíríà ní sà. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ jọ̀ọ́. We want true democracy. We deserve true democracy. Let other parties breathe, sir. Tell the APC chieftain throughout the country, throughout the nation. We don't want one-party system in Nigeria. Kò lè pay wa. A fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ máa ṣe lọ́n ti yín bí òfin ti gbà yín láàyè àti ṣe. A fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ jábọ́ kán tún lọ wá àwọn míì dípò yín. Kó wá di pé ọmọ Yorùbá tún máa sá kíjokíjo kiri. Ẹni mi ò sẹ́ni, èèyàn mi ò ṣe èèyàn. Tinubu, àní fi wá láàrò lásán o. Ẹni mi ò sẹ́ni, èèyàn mi ò ṣe èèyàn. Àní fi wá láàrò lásán o. Àwọn ará abí ti yàn wá jẹ jù, wọ́n ti fìyà jẹ ìran wa jù ṣáájú àkókò yìí. A nígbàgbọ́ nínú yín wípé tọ́lọ́run bá lò yín, tọ́lọ́run yọ̀ǹda yín, tẹ́ rí ọdún 8 ṣe pẹ̀lú àlàáfíà. By the time tẹ́ bá máa kúrò ńbẹ̀, ẹ ti change ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tí ó gbága Yorùbá kù lẹ́yìn tá a fi wà ń kò tó yẹ ká jọ wà. Tí gbogbo ẹ̀ ó fi balance lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Bóyá ìṣèjọba ẹlẹ́kùnjẹkùn ìní ó jẹ́ kó rọrùn fún wa, ẹ ti gbé bẹ̀ kó tó di pẹ́ lọ. Àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé yín wọ́n ń gbọ́lá fún ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú débi pé wọ́n nígbàgbọ́ pé àwọn ò lo agbára òkè fún àwọn ẹgbẹ́ yòókù tí ń bẹ káàkiri. Kódà kẹgbẹ́ yẹn kó jẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ regional government la ní. Kó jẹ́ regional government, regional party. as in the party tí ò lẹ́nu ní national tó bá sá ti láǹfààní àti dìbò tó bá ṣe ń làwọn ọmọ ìlú yẹn dìbò fún ẹjẹ́ wọn ó ṣèjọba ìkáyàsókè pé my federal might federal power federal something ẹ dákun ẹ mọ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ sà abẹ̀yìn torí ọlọ́run ìtùnú Yorùbá lọ́lọ́run fi yín ṣe o ìtùnú Nàìjíríà lọ́lọ́run fi yín ṣe o ọlágbára kẹ́ ẹ má débẹ̀ pẹ̀lú gbogbo ọgbọ́n tẹ́ ẹ dá o ó lágbára kẹ́ ẹ má débẹ̀ pẹ̀lú gbogbo ète yín o èmi ṣe ládùúrà fún yín pé ẹ ní jábọ̀ o mo ṣe ládùúrà fún yín pé ẹ ní ṣubú o mo ṣe ládùúrà fún yín kọ́ lọ́n ṣàlékún àlàáfíà fún yín o mo ṣe ládùúrà fún yín kẹ́ ẹ má fa àìsàn lògbà kí apá ọ̀tá ìmọ̀ ọ̀tá ìtì ọ̀tá kó má ka yín lórí àga yẹn mo ṣe ládùúrà fún yín àwọn tó ń bínú yín nítorí ẹ̀yà kí Ọlọ́run kó gbàgbára lọ́wọ́ wọn àwọn tí wọ́n ń pète àti tì yín bọ́ nítorí ìkórìíra ìran Yorùbá kí Ọlọ́run kó gbàgbára lọ́wọ́ wọn àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbẹ́ kòtò fún yín nítorí ìkórìíra ìran Yorùbá Ọlọ́run tì wọ́n sí kòtò ṣùgbọ́n ẹ dákun ẹ jọ̀ọ́ àwọn tá a fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ wà kárí dèwé ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀lẹ̀ wà kárí dèwé àgbàlagbà ní àgbà dáadáa sì ní ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa ra ìran Yorùbá padà àní kẹ́ ẹ yan ìran Haúsá jẹ àní kẹ́ ẹ yan ìran Ìgbò jẹ afẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ bá wa ṣe kó dorí bákan náà kó jẹ́ pé ipò tí Haúsá wà ní Nàìjíríà kí Ìgbò náà wà bẹ́ẹ̀ kí Yorùbá náà wà bẹ́ẹ̀ kó má jẹ́ pé Fúlàní ọjọ́gà gbogbo ìran tó kù kódà àpé kẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí Yorùbá gan jọ́gà ìran tó kù afẹ́ ká ṣe déédéé ká ṣe déédéé ká ṣe déédéé kí déédéé yẹn jọ kárí ni o ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ká gbàgà ẹnìkan sẹ́yìn ká gbé kan síwájú ká fárí igun ká yẹ̀sọ́ àkàlà ká tún wá dákànnà kan bú ọmọ àti òró sí lórílẹ̀‐èdè tó jọ jẹ́ tiwa ká torí ẹ̀yà ká yóò dìbò fún yàn ká sì mọ́ gbé sípò rẹ̀ wọ́n fìyà jẹ Abíọ́lá wọ́n fìyà jẹ ìran Yorùbá ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run fi yín rẹ ìran Yorùbá lẹ́kún ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ rẹ gbogbo Nàìjíríà lẹ́kún o ẹ kàn lo platform APC wọlé ni o Ọlọ́run ló gbé yín síbẹ̀ o ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ yòókù náà ẹ jẹ́ wọn máa ṣe let other parties breathe sir tell your people you are doing well sir we appreciate you sir but other parties too must breathe ayò kó lè bá a dùn kó lè bá a nítumọ̀ one party system may not help us in this country please sir